Ever wondered who's the real puppet master behind some of your favorite games, social media platforms, and even those addictive streaming services? We're diving deep into the labyrinth of a company that seems to have its fingers in every pie imaginable. Yep, you guessed it. We're talking about Tencent. That's been quietly pulling strings across the globe. From League of Legends to WeChat, Tencent has its fingers in more pies than your grandma on Thanksgiving. But how did they pull off such a feat? Ma Huateng, a guy with big dreams and an even bigger frustration with the lack of tech innovation in China. So what does he do? He rolls up his sleeves, says, "Screw it," and decides to shake things up himself. And thus, Tencent was born. Now, Ma Huateng didn't start off with a grand plan to conquer the digital world. He started small, with a little thing called OICQ. This instant messaging platform was the bomb. Fast forward a bit, and OICQ evolved into QQ, which basically became the digital hangout spot for every Chinese netizen out there. Tencent wasn't content with just dominating the messaging game. They had bigger fish to fry. So they dipped their toes into online gaming, social media, e-commerce, you name it, they probably had a hand in it. And then out of nowhere, bam, WeChat enters the scene. And just like that, Tencent solidified its spot as a tech titan not just in China, but around the world. Tencent, having a humble beginning, belongs to the past. Despite being here as a colossal influence, they succeeded in being under the wraps for so long. Their roots are not only restricted to China, it has gone a long way. And it's too late to even investigate what happened over the years for them to become so strong in the industry. From 1998 to 2010, they had been going through several ordeals to finally hit the multi-conglomerate status. They increased their stake in several companies and kept on finding the gems in the rough to firm their roots. After going on investing in several ventures, they finally launched China's first online-only bank. Bringing about such an amazing experience was new for the citizens, and it soon caught fire. Tencent had bigger dreams, and they weren't about to let anything or anyone hold them back. So they dove headfirst into the world of social media, online gaming, and beyond. So what's their secret? Well, for starters, they're like that friend who's always there for you, constantly improving and upgrading to meet your ever-changing needs. Whether it's smoother gameplay, faster messaging, or seamless shopping experiences, Tencent's got your back. You see, when you're playing in the big leagues, you're bound to ruffle a few feathers. Case in point, the Chinese government tightening its grip on the tech industry. Now, Tencent might be a powerhouse, but even they aren't immune to a little government oversight. From data privacy concerns to anti-competitive practices, Tencent's had its fair share of run-ins with the regulators. Now, let's peer into the crystal ball and ponder the future of our tech titan, Tencent. Strap in, folks, because it's going to be a wild ride. First off, let's address the regulatory hurdles. Yeah, Tencent's had its fair share of tussles with the powers that be, but hey, they're like that resilient hero in a movie. They always come out swinging. Sure, navigating these choppy waters won't be a walk in the park, but if there's one thing we know about Tencent, it's that they've got the smarts and the savvy to weather any storm. All right, let's rewind the clock back to when Tencent was just a wee babe in the tech world. Think about China, the late 90s, and the tech industry. Well, let's just say it was more like a sleepy kitten than the roaring lion we know today. Yup, believe it or not. The tech scene in China was still finding its feet, and that's where our buddy Tencent comes into play. See, instead of jumping into the ring with the big dogs, Tencent decided to take a different route. They looked around, saw an untapped niche just waiting to be explored, and pounced on it like a cat on a laser pointer. That niche? Instant messaging. You see, Tencent wasn't interested in just any old company. They wanted ones that would complement their existing lineup like peanut butter complements jelly. So they grabbed a gaming company here, a social media company there, and before you knew it, they had themselves a full-blown tech empire. Now they didn't even leave the NBA sector alone, and went on to sign a $700 million deal to broadcast the game. This helped the NBA to be familiarized among a wider audience as well. It was basically a win-win situation. Can we ever forget about Clash of Clans? It was super popular a few years back. People went crazy about this online game, and Tencent quickly noticed it. They didn't waste a single minute and quickly acquired a majority share in the venture that created this. And now their focus was on becoming the world's top 10 valuable companies. In 2017, they launched a luxury car brand, and it was a hit as expected from Tencent. Then they launched these theme parks, hence moving up the scale without any difficulty. Snap was slowly becoming famous, and Tencent again made sure they are also a part of the company. And they surpassed YouTube in achieving active users. Well guys, doesn't all this sound extremely good? Like it's almost difficult to gulp it down in one go. They are so damn lucky, and their market analysis was on point, is the least we can say. These guys are like the ninjas of the tech world, silent, stealthy, and practically invisible. They're not ones to boast or brag, preferring to let their actions speak louder than words. It worked like a charm. By keeping a low profile, Tencent has managed to maintain an air of mystery that's kept folks guessing and intrigued. Tencent's got another trick up its sleeve, a loyal army of fans who shout their praises from the rooftops. Tencent's customers are like a bunch of die-hard fanatics, spreading the word far and wide like digital evangelists. And with products and services as awesome as theirs, can you blame them? Last but not least, let's talk about strategy. Tencent isn't one to rush headlong into things without a game plan. Oh no, these guys are as strategic as generals on the battlefield, carefully plotting each move to ensure maximum impact. By taking things slow and steady, Tencent has avoided the pitfalls that come with rapid growth, staying in the shadows and out of the spotlight. Let's start with the good stuff, shall we? Tencent's massive ecosystem is like a treasure trove just waiting to be plundered by savvy entrepreneurs. I'm talking about WeChat, folks, the crown jewel in Tencent's empire. With over 1 billion active users and a smorgasbord of services at their fingertips, it's like the ultimate playground for businesses looking to make a splash. From social networking to e-commerce, WeChat's got it all, and then some. So for smaller companies looking to get their foot in the door, Tencent's vast user base is like hitting the jackpot. While Tencent's dominance can open doors for some, it can slam them shut for others. Take the gaming industry, for example. Tencent's stranglehold on the market is like a giant boulder blocking the path for new developers trying to break in. With stakes in countless gaming companies and a grip on the industry like no other, Tencent's dominance can make it feel like climbing Mount Everest without oxygen. So, is Tencent's growth cause for celebration or concern? Well, it's a bit of both. On one hand, their financial prowess is nothing short of impressive, with revenues soaring to new heights. Tencent's been accused of playing hardball in the social media arena, with some folks crying foul over their content moderation practices. It's like walking a tightrope between maintaining order and silencing dissent, and Tencent's been towing that line like a pro. The legal scrutiny is far from over. However, that didn't stop Tencent from being the ultimate power in China. We are yet to figure out how much power they have in other countries. It seems like they are under wrap, and we might not find out that easily. Tencent's global ambitions have got some folks feeling a little uneasy. Sure, investing in companies like Tesla and Snap might sound like a smart move on paper, but what does it mean for national security? With Tencent's fingers in so many pies, some worry that they've got a little too much power for comfort, especially in sensitive industries like defense and technology. And with that, folks, we wrap up another episode. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay sharp, stay savvy, and stay tuned. Who knows what adventures await in the ever-evolving world of tech. Until next time, see you all.